I'm not gonna lie, that took a long time. So here I am with a shitty connection, and yeah, I'm gonna try to rock it. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna try to go inside. So this is gonna be a short one. I can see it's already not working, so I'm probably gonna have to go inside and do this little live stream I'm trying to set up. This could be like 30 minutes to an hour. I want to keep it super short, but I got a couple of things I need to say. The title of this video is "Men Are Rocks. We're the rocks. We're the pillars." Um, and I got a couple of videos to prove that at least people are kind of looking to us to do things, and a lot of us aren't really doing it. So, yeah. Anyways, let's see if it works. It's working a little bit. Connection's terrible. All right, the connection's ultimately terrible, so I'm actually gonna give up and go inside. All right, hopefully someone sees me. I just got rid of most of my problems with this, so I should be able to start pretty soon. Cool. And I'll get started in just a second. So we're about 5 minutes in. So I will begin this officially at the. I'll begin it at the. I'll do it at the 8 minute mark. Got a bunch of videos lined up that I'm about to show, and a bunch of opinions I'm about to give. So I figured I'd get a jump. So let's see if I can find a nice bucket to sit on. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's a nice bucket. Oh, it's actually perfect. Wonderful. Okay. I'll be back. I gotta do this. Here you go. You'll stare at that for me until I come back. Oh, I gotta set the video. There we go. Oh man. I'm back. I'm sitting on a bucket. All right, y'all. It's 8:49. I think we can start. Uh, not literally 8:49, but hopefully y'all get that. Stop. Okay. So let me make sure my audio's set, and then I'll get started. Okay, I'm ready. Cool. To test to see if I'm ready, I'm gonna play an AMV. I don't think it worked. The connection should be good. I don't know what the hell happened. This is difficult. The connection's working. It's just trying to give me issues. So I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I'm trying to run something good here. All right. I'm gonna do my best with what I got. So, main topic of the day: current events. So first off, I'm just gonna go without the earphones because it's not loading them up. And my seat's also getting angry. Nope. There we go. All right. First off, current events. There's an event going on in Texas. It's in Dallas, Texas. It's a Patriot Street Fighter event. So anyone who wants to go, you can't go. There's a live stream. There's some live stream action going on. Just go to the website. I'll give you the website best I can. Let's see. So for the website, don't have the website. Hold on a second. All right. So there's an event going on in Dallas. Um, so for the information, if you want to know where to go, I'm going to share the screen in order to liberate. Okay, here it is. We got. Yeah, anyway, we got the Patriot Street Fighter event. It's in Dallas, Texas. It's called the Calling Down the Thunder. It's a political event. So if you want to involve yourself in political issues or network with people who have the same ideas, you can go to Dallas, get your tickets online. I don't know if they're still available, but if they are, it's worth a shot. Shows you the location there. Or you can email Scott, send messages. If you want to learn about Scott, you can go to his videos in the video archives. This also says who is Scott McKay. So if you want to hear, you see updates on elections and stuff like that. So pretty much, this gives his life story. Um, So the kind of people that you're going to find here are people who are tired of liberalism, people who kind of want a lot of political change. You're going to find also people who are look into conspiracy theories and things like that. When I say conspiracy theories, I don't mean the kind that shames the people that look for this information. I'm talking about it pretty much supports information that most people either get gaslit on or just kind of delves further than the mainstream is willing to go. So anyway, all right. So I got a couple of videos to cover. If I cover everything super fast, then that's it. That's all this is. That's all she wrote. So let's see. First video. First off, if y'all want to update on me, I'm actually moving. I'm moving away from Plano, going somewhere else. Uh, yeah. So that's what's going on with me right now. It's a it's a rocky transition, but I'm moving through it. All right, let's load these videos up. I'm gonna load this video up for y'all. Bam. Some BAM action. Supposed to be sweet and short. Let's see, walk in and shop. Here's one. So before I play the video, I want to say, before I play the video, one of the things that, sure y'all don't need to look at my face. You can if you want. I'm gonna do it without it for now. So anyway, one of the things that I've recognized just as a man is that whenever you have any type of righteous anger towards anything, anything you believe, you tend to be able to overcome that kind of passive inaction. I've noticed that the men who end up doing things and making a big change, or even having a loud voice in public, the ones who needed to take action in terms of when dealing with tyranny, those men were willing to do what they were willing to do out of righteous anger, out of an internal feeling, and their feeling typically was something that everyone is thinking deep inside, but they won't say. And it's part of why the title is Men Are Rocks. The idea of that is tyranny. In order to tyrannize people, you have to make them submissive. And the most difficult aspect about that in any given society is that men are naturally masculine. So if you're trying to tyrannize a society and take it over, it's going to be extremely important for the men to go along with your program, whether they're forced to do it, chemically or physically, or, with weapons, with whatever you use. You have to destabilize any sense of masculinity in the men. In the olden days, what they would do is whenever the warmongers or people came over and took over the tribes, they would, I believe they would actually, I don't think they would just, do the deed with the women. I think they would do it with the men as well in order to demasculinize them. But just as a note, when I said men are the rocks, the thing is, not only do the women rely on the men to be strong, but the men rely on the men in order to become stronger as well. Sort of the iron sharpens iron dynamic. Now, I'm a younger man, but I'm pretty sure the older guys can kind of would probably vouch for what I'm saying as being accurate. It'd be nice to hear. If not, that's fine. I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to share the screen. Boop, 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 and boop. But let me do this instead. Share screen. Windows 3 browsers. Do it that way. Damn. Okay.
Okay. I heard you. Go away. Yeah, I heard you. Go away. I heard you. Go away. Are you a police officer? Get out of my face. Get out of my face. Yeah, I heard you. I'm not going to do that. No. Medically exempt.
So, everybody in that store,
You see no, you can't.
just to let you know, they want to take that thing off too, but it's just they're kind of desensitized to wearing it because they've been wearing it so often for the past 7 to 8 months, most likely.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You know what you should do? Mind your own business. Thank you. I'm doing good. All right. No thanks. Yeah. No thanks. I'm gonna just buy the diet on my way. So you're not serving me? Okay. Okay. All right. Well, these items here are like $11, so I was gonna buy them and get going. So. The policy is illegal.
I think you said your policy is evil.
And I'm gonna tell you the answer right now. One time, no. I'm buying the items. Okay. I'm dropping your cash right here. Here's $13. Take this. See you, Nazis. Have a good day. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Bye.
He's a little brash, but I can understand where he's coming from. So, video is pretty straightforward. You got a guy, I think it's a young guy, who walked into the store. I think it was a grocery store, small grocery store, and he walked in and he wanted to buy his stuff and leave. They were pressuring him to follow the mask mandates, and he straight up said it was evil. I thought that was the most interesting thing, but that's something we need more of. So, any guys out there, even if it's even the women, but especially the guys, because I mean, when people see you stand up for yourself, they're gonna be more willing to want to do it for themselves. So it's really important to do that. Even not just for what's going on in our current events, what's going on with the world, but even deeper, like the issues with liberalism, the issues with I said the issues with it, not the issues with the people who are liberals. So the issues with the universities and how they've pretty much been infiltrated for a really long time, and the messages that they're presenting to the youth is causing a lot of issues with our own liberties. That's something that uh, people are going to have to get really brave, but I think it falls on the men ultimately. Anyways, we'll show a couple of more videos. I don't usually go super in depth on my live streams. I don't know why. I think it's just because. Here's one. This is a good video. Let me know what you think.
Everybody needs to hear this, and this breaks my heart. I'm going to try not to get angry. We have a kid in our community, 23 years old, college athlete, Ivy League school, Best Buddies program, just a pillar of the community. He is now dead because he was required to take a vaccine. He took the vaccine and immediately had a heart attack and died. There was no reason for this. This kid would go out of his way to always check up on my daughter, because I have a daughter with Down syndrome, would go out of his way to make sure she was always good. Just a great kid who is now gone because he was required to take a vaccine for a virus that would not affect him. Science says it would not affect him. So why would you force the kid to take a vaccine? You people, look, all my family is vaccinated, flu shots, all the vaccines required. All my dogs are vaccinated. That's not the
So
problem.
yeah,
This is
he's
an
trying to
experimental
support
drug that has no
vaccinations,
long-term
but
studies on
then
humans.
see that doesn't work.
Studies on
But I'd
animals is
still agree
bull,
with him
but
on
you're
this
going to
thing
force
he's
people out
saying.
of fear for a virus that will never affect them.
He was saying, "Oh yeah, I get my vaccines. That's not a problem." But then, but then this is just too messed up. That was the only bad thing about that. But everything else, you know, how he's saying that COVID, how he's saying that the jab wasn't good. I 100% agree. All right, I want to make sure I get all my vids. I yawned. I want to make sure I get all my yawns and my videos. And here's a good one. Now notice these are all guys that I'm showing here. Here we go.
All right, here's my take. If you want to take the vaccine, take the vaccine. I don't give two fucks what you do with your body. If you want to cut your dick off and become a woman, cut your dick off and become a woman. I truly don't give a fuck. Just don't force feed that shit and cram that shit down my throat and try to indoctrinate my children, my family, trying to make us feel guilty because we are walking around sane and free. You know, guys, I walk around a grocery store. I walk around a business around here in Southern California. I don't wear a mask. I rarely get confronted. And when I do, it's usually by a hybrid Kia driving, skinny jean, no muscle tone, man bun wearing, drinking a soy latte from Starbucks pussy. What is he going to do? You know what I tell him? I basically say, no thanks, I'm good. And if he gives me shit, I basically tell him to eat a dick and make me. If you can make me put that mask on, then I'll put that mask on. We've got to start fighting back against these absolute pussies. If you notice these guys too, anytime you see a video online, it's always they're going after who? Women, children, and elderly. They never go after strong, tough guys. Guys, we got to start standing up. Quit. I see guys in the store all the time, big guys with masks on. And every time I walk by them without my mask, they look at me like, take them off. Fuck, guys. It's guys like you that are part of the problem. Take off the mask. If you want to not wear a mask, don't fucking wear it. Nobody's making you. The more we comply and lay over for these small percentage of the population of these woke liberal pussies, the more power they feel they are getting. We're stronger than they are. We outnumber them vastly. So let's fucking act like it.
So he made a few good points in the video. Um, we outnumber the minority of the people who are propagating this particular agenda. We're helping it along. So, and then one thing I wanted to note about what he was doing, he wasn't trying to shame the guys he was talking about who wear the mask. It was simply saying, hey, you know, the more we have of us, the stronger we are. So join something, and you know, as in join this movement. You know, um, yeah, I like this video because he kind of targets a particular group as opposed to just speaking ambiguously. Um, He speaks to the men. He talks about the soy boy, lefty kind of guy. And then he talks about the really masculine guy who's also wearing the mask. But then he he lends an olive branch to the guys who are wearing a mask who could actually inflict some damage. Like, hey, you could do some good. So that's good. I think I got maybe two more left. This is a big one.
Where's the logic? Cops, I talked to the cops outside. They said as long as no one breaks the law, which I'm not doing, the mask is not a law.
Oh, it's not?
This mask is not.
Take it off.
Are you sick of this?
Oh, take it off. Freedom, right?
Yeah. Aren't you? Is anybody
Freedom.
else tired of this? No, seriously.
You should be able to shop without a mask. It's got a point. It's got a point, guys. Got a point. Need my protein.
If you don't like it, go somewhere else, right? What happened to our freedom? If you don't like it, go somewhere else. What happened to being a free American?
Yeah.
You deserve to be free. You deserve to be free.
Free.
You all deserve to be free.
That's right.
This is bullshit, and we know it. You deserve to be a free man. This is nothing more than dictation through fear, making everybody to the point of absolute.
I think it's time to keep shopping without a mask.
So you'll notice whenever he's standing around and he's surrounded by other dudes, you got a couple of dudes that are kind of walking up slowly that come in and eventually give their take on it. But then the two guys that are standing in front of him, I don't think they're actually willing to apprehend him. I think if he was a little smaller, they'd be willing to do it. But that also goes to demonstrate the power of, being a man if you're actually strong enough to oppose others. At least from the physical standpoint, in terms of your stature. If you're large enough, you won't actually get bothered. Like, no one's going to throw you out. You might call the cops, but
This is me taking my life back. How about you wear the mask and be okay with it? If the mask works, you wear it.
Yeah.
If the mask works, you wear it. If the mask works, you wear it. No, I'm a free American. This is my home. This is my home. I am a free American. It's not the law. 14 months, I'm done. I'm done. I want my life back. See, look at all these people. I want you get out. You get out. We're tired. No, you're not. If you were okay with that, you would stop dictating.
You want to shop here, this is what we ask you. So if you don't want to wear a mask, that's fine, but you can't shop here.
Let me ask you. Let me say this. Is anybody tired of 14 months of this nonsense? Seriously.
Where do you draw the line? Where
do we draw the line?
Where does
6 months from now, it's going to be vaccine passports. I can't shop here unless I have a proof of vaccination. What kind of fucking country are we living in? Choose my language. What kind of country are we living in? People died for our freedom. His ancestors died so that he could be free. And I respect that and honor that.
Amen.
Thank you. Amen. Amen. People's ancestors died so that we could be free. Why are we doing this?
Not to be dictated when to wear a mask or
his ancestors, my ancestors, your ancestors died so we could be free.
Concern. My health is my health.
You have the freedom to dictate my life.
You have the freedom. You have rules for you to shop in our store.
Rules come from dictators. Freedom comes from liberty.
To shop in our store.
Your store.
Our store.
Guess what we're here to do? We're here to say enough's enough. Just like BLM did last year and Antifa and everybody that protested over George Floyd. They're here to say enough's enough, and they got changed. And people changed because of them. Well, yeah, they're changed because of us. We're here to take our lives back. We're here to take our freedoms back. That's right. And we're not going nowhere. You're going to deal with us, just like you dealt with them last year. Just like you dealt with people that were pissed off over police brutality. You dealt with them. Maybe not this site, but other sites dealt with them. You know why? Because it had to be dealt with.
And I'm tired of it.
I'm tired. I don't want no police brutality. I don't want none of this.
How are we against police brutality?
Hold on. Why? Let me ask you as a man. We don't want police brutality. And I stand with you. This is what's called dictator brutality.
Enforcing.
Everybody forcing us into something that we all don't want to do. Maybe you want to do it, but you can't force it on me because you're afraid. Policy. This is how you put us in chains. Policy is putting us in chains. Yes. Okay, so the policy in 6 months, you don't get to pick. You can't force me to know. It's called the law. You can't force me to wear a health device if I don't have a health condition. It's called a constitutional liberty.
I pay a membership to be here. That means my membership tells me I can come shop here.
The dictators, it's not the
My
dictators'
membership
way.
doesn't say you
It's
have
our
to.
way. It's our way.
My
The
membership
people-
says that my only rule
and
is
the people are
to pay a membership.
speaking.
Come shop free.
The people
I'm
are
not being free no
speaking.
more. Okay, I paid my
If you're
membership.
sick of it,
I'm
you
here
can
to
wear a
talk.
mask. But
That
you don't
means shopping
belong.
free.
If the mask works,
The Mega Man's fighting for freedom. Take off the mask, I guess, right? Aha, we got it all off.
but you know the mask doesn't work.
Well, just one thing I wanted to say. So there's a guy in the background, and he's taking a video of it all. I think it's good because the message gets out there. But if someone's supporting a view that you have, I don't really I don't necessarily want to critique him because at least he's there. He's also doing the same thing that the guy's talking about. But I mean, a handshake is something because the guy, I think in the video, he said, when I watched it, he was saying that you're going to ask for people like me to stand up in the future. And that's probably true. And he also addresses how jabs could possibly be mandatory in the future in order to just do something as simple as getting your groceries.
All right.
That's right. My health is none of your concern. My membership says I have a right to be here, Tom. I paid my membership.
You have no right to dictate your fear of my life. Go ahead. You have no right to dictate your fear and govern my life. None of this is listen. This is called putting us in freaking mind control chains. Slavery of the mind. It's not. You're forcing me to do something I don't believe in. You're obviously. I'm trying to talk to reasonable people. I pay for my membership. No, all of that. Here's the policy.
The period in the policy doesn't say you have to wear a mask. When I signed up
We
for
the
the policy,
people.
it did not
The
say you have to wear a
Constitution
mask.
says we the people. The Constitution says we the people.
Where in the policy, where in the membership does it state that your policy says I have to wear a mask? Show me.
Exactly. There's no policy that
When I
says we
signed
have to
up for
wear
it,
a
look
mask.
at there. When I signed up for it,
We're tired of this stuff. Don't you understand? No, you don't. If you did, you would speak for us. But you don't want to speak for us when you go to your management meetings? Does anybody want to speak for us? When you go to your management meetings, are you going to speak for us? No, you won't. When you go to your management meetings, Sean Mackin, will you speak for us? No, you won't. Will you? Will you? No, you won't. Because you don't give a damn about people that are sick of this shit.
so that they're wearing two masks. He's
He's wearing a freaking moon suit, and I'm
And it's
crazy.
airborne disease.
No, that is his choice, and this is my choice. Whatever happens to my body, my choice. Abortion people. My body's
airborne.
My body's
Airborne. Your eyeballs are exposed.
Listen, if a little boy can say I'm a little girl, I can say I'm a man.
That's silly.
I identify as having a mask. How about that? I can go wherever I want.
Look at this guy. He took his mask right off.
Hell yeah, I'm not wearing that thing. That's silly.
Silly. That guy.
Hey, guess what?
Days
This
worth.
summer, they closed down businesses that
They're trying to kick us all out for not wearing our masks. That's silly.
So if you notice, the guy's been kind of it's been going on so long that eventually you had people to join in, and they didn't have it on, but then you had what? So you had people who didn't have it on, and he's kind of going on about how the men who were trying to kick him out ultimately weren't really gonna stand up for any of the shoppers. And then he had another man pointing out that what they're advocating for everyone to be required to put on a mask, they're not. So what he was saying is that the other guy was saying that you didn't have the they didn't have the authority to carry that regulation out, partly because whenever they got the initial membership from Costco, I believe is what the store is, that it never said anything about complying with health standards, in particular wearing a mask. So, but he's inspiring a lot of people to do things that they may not have the courage in that moment to do, and that's one of the biggest reasons why it's important to do it.
It closed down because the state doesn't own it, because the state owns private property. Y'all see this? I got 8 hospital employees. Is anybody tired of this tyranny? You love tyranny. You love tyranny. You get out. You get out. You get out. No more masks. 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 6 months or a year from now, you're going to be looking for people like me to stand for you. Where's the men at? Where's the freaking men at that will stand for your liberty? Where's the men that will stand for liberty once again?
And thank you for not putting a mask on your child. That's the right thing to do. Exactly. That's the right thing. That's right. Don't put a mask on your kids. Child abuse. Unbelievable. That's right.
Oh shit. So yeah, I knew this was going to be short. Pretty much almost over. Yeah, I'm gonna let it finish.
That's it. Everybody's doing this. No more masks. No more masks. Yes, see.
Those are supposed to go to airborne.
3 people are taking
I'm gonna give my money to this fucking place.
3 people are taking
Leave my car behind.
This has nothing to do with
Protest Costco. Hashtag shut down Costco.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm not afraid.
I came here. Shop elsewhere, baby. Shop elsewhere. Get the masks. 2 million people watching.
No more masks.
Right? Got 2 million people watching. Free America, baby. Free America.
There's nowhere in my membership that says I have to wear a mask. I do.
This is sad. You got everybody believing that a mask is saving their life.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
save no one. If the mask saved anybody, how else there's still 500,000 deaths?
Exactly.
The mask doesn't save anybody. You stand with us. The mask doesn't. You stand with us. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my sister.
There we go.
The mask doesn't save nobody. We still have 500,000 deaths. The mask is mine. The mask is mine. Leader, give me people to stand. Take the mask off. I just want you to thank you. I just have my card.
Walk out. People die for your reason.
We're tired. We're tired. I can't freaking breathe. Come on. I can't breathe. I can't breathe with a fucking mask on my face all day. Everybody, I can't breathe. Remember that? Remember that? Remember? I can't breathe. I remember clearly. I do. I can't breathe. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Hey, brother, free thinking. Free thinking. Wake up. This is not going to think for anybody.
You don't know nothing about freedom. I think freedom help. You don't know nothing about freedom. You don't know nothing about being bought either. Obviously, you don't stand with us dead. We got a couple people who roll it. This is BS. This is BS. I'm tired, bro. I'm going straight to the cops, and I'll talk to them, and I'll show them that we'll be
Unbelievable.
okay. There it is.
All right, man.
No more. It's too big. Hold on. No more masks. 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 He got me on camera. What's up? Doesn't matter what my name is. Hey, man. Because we're tired of the corporate dictatorship ruling our lives, forcing everybody in the masks, closing down businesses. So the competition is present. Companies like Costco can break in with billions.
And everyone's 6 feet, 2 feet, 1 feet, 6 inches.
This is mind control. This is enough. 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 We're 13 months of masks and lockdowns and all this stuff. Enough's enough. It's time to take our lives.
See, my health is not Costco's business. My health is not a Costco's concern. My health is not Costco's concern. I pay for my membership. When I signed up for my membership, no. Where in the membership did it say I needed a mask? Now they're trying to force me to wear a mask? Where's the freedom in that? In fact, we say it's a constant human. The person who bends over
wearing masks. All right. The next thing is that we're going to have forced vaccines on us to get into stores like this. These businesses are trust small businesses, and then everyone's going to have to go to them, and they're going to have to force the vaccine, which start the course with a passport. Huh? Fire? What do you mean by it? Okay. By another? It was horrible. It was actually horrible. We lost our jobs. We can't go back to work. This pandemic's a scandal. It's just part of the whole new world. The whole world goes down. Yes, it is. We supposed to be free from the corporate tyranny.
thought I was bugging out. I think I'll keep playing it. Looked like it wasn't working.
American people. This is insane. Silly. Does anybody speak? I'm teaching this country. And the reason why we're Americans is that we have freedom of speech. We speak without this dictator. If you really think okay, you can try to make another face up to me. Huh? Are you letting me? Are you threatening me?
All right, this guy. All right, thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm a free American. And they can be here. I'm a free American. I'm not a free American. You're a free American. Okay, then I should be. No, you go, not me. You go. You go do somewhere else. I can do it. I'm free. I can do it anywhere. I saw the way this was done. No, it's not. It's waking people up. It's waking people up. Understand? We have to wake people up. Yeah, what we're doing. That's right. There we go. There is no pandemic.
Right. Unbelievable. These guys are tyrants. Right. What do they say?
Go with it as long as we didn't break any laws.
All right, that's it. Done, right?
Get out! You waste of time. Your breath is horrible. Where's the logic in that? Where's the logic in that?
That's 5 inches.
That's 5 inches right there. Have you went to church? Have you read the Bible? Yeah. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Tell me about the Bible. What does it say? Tell me about it. It's 11 days. Tell me about it. You tell me who get out of here. Don't waste my time. You're all over the fucking place. You ask my question. No, I don't have to. Jesus is king, not government. Jesus is king. Not government. That's right. That's right. Jesus is king. Jesus is king, not government. Then go. Costco is not God. The government is not God. Jesus is Lord. You guys, listen, I'm done. Let's go. Let's go. Enough's enough. Jesus is Lord. Costco is not God. The government is not God.
The Mega Man. Whoa, wait, they've been here. They've been here. They've been here.
They've been here.
They've been here, boy.
Oh, now you want to speak up. Now you want to speak up. Now you want to speak up.
I gotta look up there, right? I got swear to wait. I am done.
America, baby, these walls coming
So that was it, just to give you a visceral example of what I was talking about. That gives a good example. So I'm gonna share the screen one last time. I'm gonna give you information about the event coming up right here on this website. You can go and get the tickets in the Dallas area. Looks like they got 4 days left. I think they're live streaming too, so you can get that going. But pretty much, if you stand for what the guy in the video stands for, show up if you'd like. I think it's $50. I think there is a really expensive version, and if you get the really expensive version, then you can get a dinner with the speaker. You can probably have backstage passes or something like that. But this is a really important event, and a lot of people are going to be there. A lot of people that support this stuff. So if you support it, um, be there. All right. Well, I don't really have any more current events, but one thing I'll say is that the guy in the video, he demonstrated a lot of masculine energy, and you really don't see that very often. So uh, with that, just mainly for the dudes, just remember, um, so our grandfathers or our great grandfathers, or whatever you want to call them, they were pretty much put in a boat and put on a beach, died on the beach, killed people as teenagers. So that's just, I'm not saying that to justify, endless, pointless wars, but the idea is that those men were willing to give their life uh, for the greater good, regardless of the people behind them manipulating the wars and causing all the issues. Those men were pretty much the best and brightest of the men in the older generations. So, one thing I'll say about the newer generation is we're not less than the men in the past, we're just different. And, the masculinity is still there. It's just, I would say it's, in a lot of ways, it's tampered with. In a lot of ways, it's kind of muzzled, but it's still there. The statistics, the studies, they say that the studies and statistics say that men are less masculine because, because of the food, because of the environment. But in all actuality, we're the only ones. I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter how much masculine we are, because we're pretty much the only creatures that are going to be capable of exhibiting the type of masculinity just on a biological level on the planet. So it's kind of, you can kind of say it's a right and responsibility on our part. So for the photo of the video, I had Atlas was holding up the Earth, and I chose a really cool Atlas because if I'm going to choose a character to represent the title, it's got to look really important. One of the things I'm saying with the title is I'm not telling you to just bear a burden you don't want to bear. I'm saying, as a man, find a burden you want to bear and bear it willingly, because, sacrifice is something that we're wired to do. And if we can find a sacrifice we're actually committed to, perhaps we can see that same masculinity that came from our grandfathers, from my grandfather, from your grandfather, from the wars that they fought, from the conquests, the conquering, the things that they did in their lives that made you aspire to be just like them. Um, Perhaps we can reach the same depths with ourselves. I said perhaps we can reach the depths within ourselves, and we can inspire other men to be just like that. It doesn't have to be this this mindset of, oh, we're becoming less men and we're becoming less masculine. What you saw in the video was extremely important because it shows you that whatever force needs to come out, it's kind of still there. It just needs to be exercised a little bit. And so this is kind of a call to men to exercise that force, to bring it out and not let it dwindle into nothing. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I don't really see a lot of women standing up and dealing with this. And for the ones that are and actually dealing with it, in a way, it makes me sad because, I'm kind of like, man, that should be the guys. And the guys who aren't really doing anything, I'm like, wow, you should be doing something, you know? Regardless, I mean, if they do it, it's good, it's fine. But they rely on us. So we kind of have the responsibility to, to at least stand up for something we believe in. If we don't actually believe in what we're going along with, and we're just doing it anyway, I think we could choose a different. I think we could choose a different line of action. That's all I'll say. I won't even shame the ones who are doing whatever they're doing, because I won't lie. There were times where I acquiesced and I did things just to get by, just to make some people happy, and it didn't quite feel good. And there were also times where I wanted to swing on people because they were telling me I needed to do something that I didn't want to do. Just make up your own mind on that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to talk about this in the future, but for anyone listening, that's the event. It should be cool. If you're in the Dallas area, you can stop by and check it out. I think it's on the 16th of this month. Yeah, for more information, go on the site, and I'll be doing more stuff on this in the future. And this is the Iron Sun as well, which is my name. You see, got the stormtrooper on the horse, riding off into the sunset. Yeah, that's victory. That's what that is. So if y'all hear me on the news starting shit, and you're gonna see that logo, because maybe I don't know, maybe I'll put that on the back of a jacket or something. That'd be kind of cool. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll make shirts or jackets and then have the the stormtrooper on the horse like that. That'd be cool. Just draw it up. Anyways, that's all.